What's up, everybody? I'm the Mangoose. You are awesome, and today we're going to get into some Fault builds. I've been trying to get back into Fault, and one of the problems I've been having is item builds. I mean, they haven't added a new hero in like fucking ever, but they have added a lot of new items and a lot of new variations on their items. So I tried to play Offlane Gideon the other day, and I was just totally lost. I was spending more time at the fountain, like just dicking around in the item shop than trying to play. And it was just, it was a little embarrassing. There's not that much new. Like when I really looked through it, I think I just forgot a lot of all of the items that I already knew. So what we're going to do today, I'm going to create a build for all 5 roles: tank, carry, jungle, mid lane, and off lane or solo lane, whatever you want to call it. And I'm going to pick a hero for each one of those and make a build for them. And I'm going to start, of course, with Support Richter, because that's the one I'm most familiar with. And I've already got all the aspects, like the pictures and everything saved. And yeah, I already went through and did a little build for jungle, which I don't think I liked, but yeah, we're just going to go through. We're going to do the Support Richter build right now. And we're going to start out with our aspects. So for Richter, I like going with Titan from the green aspect, which is, and by the way, these are not going to be the best builds. I'm probably going to change these builds in about a month. If you have any input at all, if I'm doing anything wrong that you think is wrong, let me know in the comments below. Don't just say, hey, that's wrong. Say, like, this is wrong because of this, so that I have a better idea of what you're correcting me on when I'm making these builds. Support, I'm kind of locked in. I have my own way that I like to support, but especially like carry, jungle, I really suck at. Off lane, But yeah, let's go through. So Titan, not taking damage for 12 seconds grants a shield, and you get your max health is physical and energy power, which is pretty cool on a tank, which I build Richter very tanky when I support. And Templar, which allows you to share your armor with your allies within 1,800 units. And 15% of the mana you spend becomes a shield, which doesn't seem like much, but it has probably saved my ass more than I realize. So we're definitely going to be rocking Titan and Templar. So let's go back to our sheet. Titan and Templar. So let's go and find the pictures for those. Aspects, just need a green. This might be a bit of a Photoshop tutorial for you guys as well. Sorry, I already, of course, laid out all these boxes and everything. So I'm just going to position it about the size and about the location that I want it here. I'm going to put it above that aspect. Right click, create a clipping mask right there. And now you see it only displays inside the circle, the square that I built for it. And Templar is white. And they all look the same, like Bishop, Templar, everything. White aspects just look like, and the aspects just look like aspects. They don't look different like the items do. Like Templar and Bishop are both of the white aspects, and they both look exactly the same, so you don't have to worry about that too much. So Bishop goes over aspect 2 and create that clipping mask. And the rest of them we should be able to just drag and drop and then delete the old ones. So our first item for Richteruni here is I usually get, I think it's in the white now. This used to be like a neutral item, but it's in the white aspect now. It's Bracelet of Opulence. What this does, gives you a little bit of armor, physical and energy, but it gives you a ward. It starts out with this bangle or whatever the hell it's called. It gives you a ward to place. More importantly, you can execute minions that are under 50% health, and it heals you and the carry that's around you, and it gives you both gold, so the carry doesn't lose gold whenever you get that last hit. It's just a way for supports to kind of maintain that gold buff and get a little bit of a heal in there too. Pretty nice. The drawback, of course, you receive less gold when you kill like a whole bunch of minions, so you couldn't like just take this on a carry and execute every minion that's under 50% and share it with your support. You have to be only getting like one minion kill every couple, like 15, 30 seconds, something like that. So let's go ahead and shift that on in. And let's find it in the white items. There we are. Drag it over and reposition it. And for these names, so you can, there's functionality in Vault where you can type the name of the item you're looking for into the into a search and find them really quickly. But so I'm just going to type in bracelet because there's only one bracelet. I'm not going to type in Bracelet of Opulence because what I'm going to be searching for whenever I'm looking for at these builds, these quick reference guides, is I'm just going to look for bracelet. I'm just going to type in probably just brace and that'll be it. Ward, I forgot about the ward. You get a free ward in Vault, and there's two wards. You got the Stealth Emblem, and then you got the Radiant Pulse. Stealth Emblem just acts like a regular ward. You place a ward down. It's a ward. It sees things. But if you put your stealth ward down next to an enemy stealth ward, it's not going to see that enemy stealth ward. The Radiant Pulse, however, will. The Radiant Pulse doesn't last as long, but it reveals other wards that are in stealth, and it also reveals heroes that are in stealth, like Kalari. So the Radiant Pulse is definitely what you want whenever you are playing support. So you can deward the enemy support and give yourself an advantage by having that vision on the enemy jungler while they have zero vision on your jungler. Oh crap, I didn't put my phone on silent. There we go. And we'll put that over ward and create that clipping mask. Boom, there we go. So, and it's already in there, Radiant Ward. So next item, and this is going to be end item builds, but when I'm playing support, I rarely ever get to the end game. Games just usually end before I can even get the max level on a support, win or lose. That's not necessarily a bad thing. I think supports probably shouldn't be getting, if you're getting to your max build on a support, something went wrong in that game and it's going way too fucking long. So, let's see. Or maybe I'm just a bad support. Next item is going to be the Stoic Greaves. Now, I just noticed these. I had been using Inertia Wraps, which is a CC reduction, or I've been using Boots of Haste, which is CDR movement speed. But I just noticed this item is pretty new. The Stoic Greaves gives you 20 physical armor and reduces basic attack damage you receive. This would be invaluable in early game in the duo lane. I can't believe I didn't know about these boots before. I definitely wasn't rocking them the last time I played Richter, and I should have been. So that's what we're going to put into this build, is these Stoic Greaves. So let me find those. That was a green item. Stoic Greaves right here. That looks about right. Item 1, item 2, there we go. Create our clipping mask, boom. I'm just going to write Stoic, because when I'm looking for these, I'm not going to look for Stoic Greaves. I'm just going to type in Stoic. Stoic. Oh shit, I added a type later by accident. Delete that out. Hey, come on you, get out of here. Get out of here. I didn't want you in here. Alright, so what are we going to go with next? I know what I want to go with next. I want to go with Blessings of the Divine. Right here, boom. Blessings of the Divine. If there's one, I think this is probably the most powerful item in the entire game. If there's any item that can just completely swing a team fight, it's this one. All it does is give your team a shield. But God, like, if you're out of options to interrupt a Gideon ult and all you can do is just shield your team and keep them alive, that's usually good enough. If your ADC is really low in health, sometimes you can shield him, and that's usually good enough. You shield him, and then his life still carries him the rest of the way, and then while you're shielded, he's shielded, your cooldowns are coming off, and you can pull people away from him or silence him with the old shut the fuck up whip, whatever that's called for Richter. I don't even know what it's called. Okay, Epic Games, stop interrupting me. Wouldn't you know? Wouldn't you know? All right, so let's put Blessings of the Divine in here. That is a white item. And a lot of people call this Bot D, but if you search Bot D, this isn't going to come up. So I'm just going to call it Blessings. And goes over item 3. Create clipping mask. Boom. Blessing. There we go. Now, our next item, this is another one that I didn't know about. Should have been using the last time I played Richter. I love blinks on Richter, and they've kind of separated out the blinks. So there's none in the white, but you got Cursed Blink in green, which you sacrifice health. You can't use it in, can't activate it while you're in combat, but you sacrifice health to blink forward 1,500 units. And then there's none in purple. Red has Death Blink, which seems like that you can activate it in combat, and it resets on hero or kill assist, just like the old Blink Shot or whatever the hell it was called from Paragon. And then in blue is Quantum Blink, which it used to be a neutral item called Quantum Shift or some shit like that. But this one consumes mana, and you cannot use it while in combat. So they separated out the blinks. You can only get them in blue, white, and green. But remember, there's no restrictions really. No, blue, red, and green. But there's no restrictions on your build. You can have aspects of whatever color and then just build an item of a complete different color. Doesn't matter. All the items are open and available to you. So that's what we're going to use. We're going to put the Cursed Blink. I love being able to blink in and snatch people up on Richter. So that is what we're going to do. Green, baby. So Cursed Blink. Pop it right on over here. And the newer items are fucking huge. We got not so freaking huge. Mike Myers reference for ya. Create that clipping mask. Boom. There we go. And we're going to call this Curse. Oop, there you go. Now, for my last two items, there's a lot of great items. There's a lot of great items in especially the white aspects. Like Telepath's Trinket. I kind of like that one. It just kind of, it's like having a Kwang Q, like when he throws his sword and roots people in place. That's kind of like what Telepath's Trinket is. Kind of nice to have. The Traveler's Augment, giving your entire team a speed boost. Absolutely love it. But whenever I'm playing Richter, I like to be a little more, I like to have a lot of armor. I like to play him as a tank, like a tank support. So I like to have quite a bit of armor on Richter. So that's what we're going to build now. And we're going to take that armor from the green aspects. So I used to use Baleful armor, and that's what I used last time, I think. But looking around, I think it's really between Cataphract and the Blighted Chest Plate. So the Cataphract reduces attack speed just in an aura around you, and then when people attack you, it also reduces their attack speed. I think that would be really effective. And then the Blighted Chest piece, when people attack you, you apply trauma to them, which reduces healing. So that might be really good if you're getting your ass kicked a lot by like a Chimera or a Boris. Just anybody that's using a lot of lifesteal. A lot of ADCs late game will use a lot of lifesteal. So the blighted chest plate might be able to reduce a lot more damage than just straight up anything else. But I think 9 times out of 10 I'm going to go with this Argia's Cataphract. The Baleful armor is nice, but it's more of a damaging type thing. It creates a damaging aura around you, and I want to reduce damage when I'm playing support, not inflict damage so much. So we're going to go with the Cataphract. That's right, the Cataphract. And whenever I'm building this stuff, I don't necessarily build it in this order. I build it in whatever order I need it. Like if we're getting our asses kicked by a Bellic on the other team, I'm gonna switch over to energy armor first. And I might build the energy armor before I even build the curse. Definitely building Blessings of the Divine first. I usually build that before I even build my boots all the way. Number 5. And create that clipping mask, baby. Alright, and then, so that one's called Aergia. That's good enough. That will find it when I search for it. And last, let's get our energy armor rocking. So we got a couple different energy armor options. I used to always use Unyielding Mantle, which lets you cleanse CC from yourself in case you get stunned. I don't like that as much as I think I'll do like this Ring of Rejuvenation. Gives you energy armor, health, and then let's see, heal you for 8% of your maximum health over 4 seconds after being affected by hard crowd control. Maybe that's not the one I like. There's a different one. There's a more different one that I like. Fountain of Invigoration, 450 health, 50 energy armor, regenerate, increases all healing received. No, I don't like that one either. I think the Ring of Rejuvenation. What does this give you? Nope. We're going to go with the Ring of Rejuvenation. That's what we're going to go with. So heal for 8% of your maximum health over 4 seconds after being affected by hard crowd control. So, and it's it gives you a bit of CC reduction as well. So that'll just help me stay alive and healthy in fights. And boom. Where is it at? Ring of Rejuvenation. Get smaller. Stick that over item number 6. Create clipping mask. Ring. Boom, and there we go. Now we have a quick reference guide for whenever I'm playing support. If I completely forget what the hell I'm looking for, or maybe I'm in the thick of it and forget about the whole blank thing, I can just keep this every time I go back to the item shop, take a look at it on my other screen, and I'm good to go. So let's go ahead and export this as a PNG. Richter support. All right, cool. Now next is going to be carry, position I don't really play a whole lot, so I don't really know how to build. Gonna rely on you guys to let me know what I'm doing wrong with this carry build. All right, let's get into it. And the carry that I'm going to pick is probably Murdoch because he's kind of a basic bitch. He's easy to use. You can still do a lot of cool shit if you throw his mind down and push people back. But you know, he's a guy with a gun. It's easy for me. Plus, you just kind of guaranteed to get at least one kill with a snipe. And then when people bitch at you for being a shitty carry, you can be like, well, I got one kill. So let's find Murdoch and use him as our backdrop. Paragon art. There we are. And we'll drag old Murdoch over here. He's in the wrong spot. There we go. Delete Richter. All right, we're going to start all over again, and this time we're going to go with Murdoch. And we'll start with the aspects again. Definitely going 2 red aspects for a carry. And there's one that gives you this one, Ace. Ace gives you increased basic attack range, 5%, and you gain 30% additional critical damage. I think you pretty much have to pick this up as a carry. Otherwise, you just get completely boxed out by another carry that has that little bit of extra range. That doesn't seem like a lot, 5% extra range, but it ends up being quite a bit, especially when you're getting pegged in the face by Twin Blast and you can't hit him back. So we're going to pick up Ace, and then probably, what's the other one? King is the one that gives you gold. Hunter is the one. Hunter gives you health back every time you get a last hit, which is nice for survivability. And hitting 3 consecutive auto attacks gives you a burst of speed. And then, but the King gives you 6 gold, additional gold on lane minion kill if you have your support around you, and you get 5% bonus gold on hero kills and assists. I think I'm going to put my faith in my support, let them try and keep me alive and pick up kings so I can get that economy advantage over my opponent. So we're going to go ace and king. And let's find our red aspects. Pop this bad boy over here. Make it smaller. Move you over. I made you too small. That should be about good. And that goes over aspect 1. So we just delete that green. And boom, there it is. Now I'm going to hold Alt and drag this over to create another one. And we'll take that copy and stick it underneath where Bishop was. And delete Bishop out. And boom, there we go. We got ace and king for our aspects for Murdoch for our carry. I don't like how you can't see Murdoch. I'm going to hold Control T on the background. I'm going to make it a little bigger. Drop him down a bit. Now we can see him a little more. That's cooler. I like that better. I like that better. Oh, we need to change our title, don't we? So, carry. And for the ward, we are going to pick up a Sentry ward as opposed to the Radiant Pulse. That way there's no excuse carries. No excuse. You get a free ward. Help your support out. Throw some wards down. Especially if your support gets dewarded. Let's see. Where was it? Items. Wards. Stealth emblem. And getting all crazy with it over here. Title. I know there's probably an easier way to do this. What the hell? Okay, there it is. There it is. Jeez, that took me a while to find. And we'll change that to stealth. All right, now for items. Now I'm going to just ignore boots. I'm just going to ignore boots for now. This is going to be an in-game build. Usually in-game with a carry, you're going to chuck your boots at some point in time to get something with a little more oomph to it. So we're going to start. Our first item is going to be our actual. It's not going to be the first item we actually build. Well, actually, it is going to be the first item we build, but it's the first item we build that we're actually going to keep. We would also be building boots. And I know what I'm going to build, which is Gravedigger's Crossbow. The reason for that is because everybody else does it, and I figure if everybody else does it, then it's got to be good. If you guys think that I shouldn't be going Gravediggers first, let me know in the comments below. But yeah, I see everybody else are always just struggling to get Gravediggers first. So that's what I'm going to do too. And we'll drop it over. I did ward item 1. Delete out that Bracelet of Opulence. And we'll just put in Grave. Boom, there we go. I should probably at least mention what the Gravedigger's Crossbow does. Items, red. So it gives you power and attack speed and 6% of your target's current health as physical damage. So it just gives you a bunch of extra damage and attack speed and power. So what we're going to build next. So I like to be safe whenever I play an ADC. So I usually go with Bloodlust Saber next, but they did add this Death Blink. So let's compare the two. So we got the Bloodlust Saber, which is a ton of physical power, 10% life spiel. You dash forward 1,000 units and heal for 5% of your max health per hero within 800 units, which is pretty nice. And then Death Blink is just 50 physical power. How much does this cost? 3,600. Death Blink costs 24. Well, quite a difference in gold there. But the Death Blink, you get a teleport, and whenever you kill somebody, it resets. But I think I'm going to go with the Bloodlust Saber, and that might be too expensive of a pickup for my second pickup. Let me know in the comments if you think that's too expensive. But for now, we're going to pop it in there. Saber. It began with a bloody ass. Item number 2. There we go. Let's say blood. Alright. Moving on. What are we going to pick up next? I really don't know how to... what is this? I don't even know what this Cloak of Fortune is. Taking damage that would put you, let's see, attack speed, crit chance, move speed, pretty good. Taking damage that would put you into critical condition creates a 150 plus blah 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 shield, absorbing the damage and decaying over 3 seconds. Gain 10% life steal for 6 seconds after overdrive is triggered. That could really save your ass, and it's only 2,600. Don't think we'll go with it though. D-Blade, what does D-Blade do? More life steal, physical power, crit chance. Excess stolen life becomes a shield up to 20. Oh, that would be nice if you could get the jump on somebody. The fire cannon. I'm definitely going to want to pick up this fire cannon for the extra critical damage. Eventually. Adrenaline shot. Unique active rush. Gain 50 attack speed and 15% movement speed for 4 seconds. That's pretty nice. And then I think this stuff. That's a jungler item. Doomsbringer rifle is flat armor pin, infernal gunblade, power attack speed, is basic attack stack 10 attack speed for 5 seconds. Oh, so that just makes you fire real quickly like. Titan Slayer, physical power, and it's a tank buster basically. So what are we going to go with? I think we'll go with Devourer's Blade next for that critical chance, and then we'll build the fire cannon, and then we'll see after that. So let's go with the Devourer's Blade first. Shrink it on down. And we'll give him that D. Give him that D blade. Devourer. And then what we said next, we were going to do the fire cannon, right? For the extra crit damage. So we can hit like a truck. We'll just put tight. Is that what it's called? Yes. And then for our last 2 items, I definitely want one of the penetration items. Let's see, the Titan. What do we have for purple for pen? I know Phantom Blade does pen. 60 physical power, 15 flat physical pen, 10 CDR. While out of combat, that seems like a jungler sort of item. While out of combat, gain movement speed. For unique active for 6 seconds. For 6 seconds, basic attacks on enemy heroes steal 10% of their movement speed for 3 seconds. That's nice. That is really nice. But I think Murdoch already has his passive that lets him catch up with people. So I don't think he really needs that. What does this do? This one also has physical pen, unique passive. After being spotted by a ward, reveal all nearby wards. Probably another jungle item. Stealth tech, what does this do? More physical pen. Does all the purple items have physical pen on them? This one just makes you go stealth. That one does not. That one's energy power. Jar of hearts, not jar of farts, even though it's way funnier to say jar of farts. We get physical power, attack speed, and energy armor. Weird that it has energy armor. When hit with basic attacks, apply trauma to your target. Trauma is the healing reduction thing. That would be really nice to have. Unique active, stolen strength. Using abilities and landing basic attacks, store charges. At 60 charges, activate to receive 40% life steal for 4. That could really save your ass. Charges begin counting again after the effect ends. Okay. I think I want that in my build. I don't like these purple penetration, purple people leader items. So I think it's between the Doomsbringer rifle and the Titan Slayer. And I think we're just going to put in... They both cost the same. I think we're just going to put in the rifle. I think the Titan Slayer could be better if you've got like a real scary Sevarog that you're having to go up against. But for now, we're just going to do the Doomsbringer rifle, and then we'll just swap out if we need to. Where are you at? There you are. There we go. Pop it in under there. Delete that. And we'll just put Doom. And that's what we'll search for whenever we're looking for it. Now, I think I want that Jar of Hearts right here, the Jar of Farts. So let's go to our purple items. And this will just help me outbox ADCs late game. It'll help me take out Boris, Kwang, Chimera. All the big hits for lifesteal. Not too big? Yeah, it's about right. Who cares? Pull that jar. Boom, there we go. And I think that's good for our Murdoch carry build, so let's go ahead and save the export as PNG. Murdoch carry. Boom, there we go. All right. Moving on to mid lane. Now, my pick for mid lane, I think Gideon and Bellica are probably the better mid laners. Morgash might even be better too. I'm terrible with Morgash. So I like to pick Gadget, so I'm going with Gadget. I'm going to go with Gadget. Let's go find Gadget. Pull Gadget in over here. Drop her down to the bottom. I really need to find out what the hotkey is for doing that. I don't like that she's covered up by everything, so we're going to go to Edit. Well, I'm on background right now, so let's click on the proper layer, Edit, Transform, Flip Horizontal. There we go. There you are, Gadget. There you are, pretty. A little pretty Gadget. All right, cool. Now, ward we're just going to keep as a stealth ward. We just want, I mean, Radiant Pulse, I guess, would be good if we're up against a Kalari or something that's been real deadly, but you mainly want a ward so you can watch your blue buffs when you're in mid lane. And for aspects, we're definitely going with the blue aspects for Gadget. So the blue aspects, we got Magician, which gives you missing mana, and it just gives you mana regen. And damaging an enemy with an ability reduces the cooldown of your ultimate by 2 seconds. Pretty good for Gadget because her ultimate is pretty effective. Warlock, every 4th ability deals 20% extra damage. Effect to hero kills increase movement speed by 35% for 3 seconds. Queen, gain 1 energy power for every 6 enemy minion kills. And 5% ability vamp, that's spell vamp. I mean, it's life steal on abilities, I should say. But we're definitely taking Queen. I like the gain 1 energy power for every 6 enemy minion kills. And then Warlock is probably better, but I'm going to go with Magician because I tend to run out of mana a lot early. So I'm going to go Queen Magician here. Let me know what you guys go. Do you guys go with Warlock? I think Warlock probably would be especially good on Gideon. It might be really good on Gadget if you can time it with the mines. I'm not sold on Magician. I think it's probably a crutch that I need to get over. Using. Let's find our blue. And there we are. I'll shrink you on down. Shrink you on down a little more there. Alright. This goes here. Delete that. Again, we'll hold our selection tool, hold Alt and just drag it over. Take our copy and stick it under aspect 2. There we go. Now we got Queen and Magician. Now our items, again, we're going to go with an in-game item build. So this is not going to include boots, but you definitely would be taking probably the Warlock's wares, which are the blue boots. My first item pickup on Gadget, this is another one that I actually know what I'm doing a little bit, or at least what I like to do a little bit. Matter Limiter, that's the very first thing I try to build on Gadget. What this does is, whenever you hit somebody with an ability, it slows them. She already has a slow with her right click, but this slows them even more. This makes it so that your mine explosion it slows them and anybody around them that the mine hits. Her speed gate, I think, already slows. But then it's mainly her ultimate. If you can keep people, like each tick of her ultimate applies this slow, and if you can keep people inside the Tesla Dome even longer, or whatever the fuck Fault's calling it, then it's on you, all the better. So let's find the matter limiter. I like to call it the material limiter because it pisses people off. Blue, there we go. Oh, I don't like where it's positioned at all. I did a bad job that time. And delete out the gravediggers and matter. There we go. Now our next item, I don't know. There's a lot of items here. I know, see the Arc Amp. See, amplify, increase bonus energy power by 30%. See, I think that is probably better to take later on, or maybe you just take it early and then keep adding it up. I have no idea. Let me know in the comments below what you guys do. Mana Lens, another one. Receive 2% of max mana as energy power. But do you wait till you have a bunch of mana before you build that? I don't know. Warlock's Aegis, this is the one that puts a bubble. I'm definitely going to want that one. Nirvana Jewel, that one seems new. What is that one? Oh, that one's just the one that puts you in stasis. Very useful if you know how to use it. This is the blue jungle item, I think. Safeguard Amulet, this is one of the newer ones. Overdrive, taking damage that would put you into critical condition creates a shield, blah, blah, blah. Absorbing the damage, decaying over 3 seconds. Gain 10% spell vamp for 6 seconds after overdrive is triggered. I don't think that's enough spell vamp to really haul your ass out of trouble. But it does have energy power, mana, and CDR. That's a pretty good item. I like that. I don't know if I want to build that, but I do like that. What did Cursed? I think Cursed Remnant applies trauma. You pass one abilities landed, apply trauma to your target for 4 seconds. Alright, so that's pretty good if you're up against a Chimera or a late game carry. What does the Warlock's Opus do? There's too many Warlocks cards in the blue. They really like their Warlocks. So that's Armor Pen if you need Armor Pen. That's pretty cool. Quantum Blink. I don't know if I want to blink on... You know what I do? I want to blink on everybody. I want to blink around everywhere. So I am going to probably take the blink on Gadget. And this one I definitely want. The Apocalyptic Epitome. Let me know if I'm not pronouncing it. It could be Epitome, which is a real word, or Epitome, which I don't think is a real word unless there's a big old book on how to cure bee stings. This one gives you, your unique passive is you gain 20% additional damage to targets under 40% health. Really cool whenever somebody's trying to escape and you get that mine on their head, having that mine do an extra 20% damage on somebody that's already low health. It's kind of hilarious and it kills them. So I definitely want that in the build, but what do I want to build next? That's the question. I think we're going to go with the Quantum Blink. We get energy power, we get mana, we get CDR, and we get a blink. I mean, it's just good. Let's pick up the Quantum Blink as our next item. There we go. And we'll just name it Quantum. Plus, I used to love that show, Quantum Leap, back in the 90s. And so next, see, I don't really know what to build next. I want the Aegis in at some point in time. I want the Arc Amp. I want the Mana Lens. Maybe I'll build Banolins now. What's the cost on these suckers? 3K. That one's 3,100. That one's only 2,600, but you don't really need pin that early. 3K for the Warlock's Aegis. What's the other one? Arcamp. It's 3,600. All right, so we're going to go with Manolins next. That's what we're going to build next is Manolins. I'm going to base it on price. I'm going to be a cheap bastard. There we go. Please let me know in the comments if I'm doing this just all sorts of fucked up. And then we'll build, I think this is when we'll build our shield thing, our bubble thing. What was that called? I've got them all right here. Warlock's Aegis. Build our Warlock's Aegis. Or maybe we should build damage before that. I don't know. I guess it depends if we're getting fucked up by stuns. Like a Bellica has been jacking us up all game, then we can definitely do the Aegis before anything else. So this will be situationally dependent, but I do want it on this little sheet so I know Warlock's Aegis. Since there's so many other Warlocks cards, I'm going to have to type out the whole thing there. And now let's do the Arcamp. Oh, you know what I want on her? You know what I want on her? I completely forgot about this card, and it's so good on Gadget. And it probably would go earlier in the build, but since I didn't think of it till now, it's not going to go till later. Let's finish putting Arcamp in here. Boop. Hi, Arcamp. So, Arcane. Now, I do know I want a purple item, but the Eldritch Flame. I love Eldritch Flame on Gadget. Eldritch Flame, 70 energy power, 10 CDR, 300 health. Burn on ability hit, apply burn, dealing 8.83% of target's max health energy damage over 0.5 seconds for 3 seconds. Subsequent ability hits will refresh the cooldown, so it doesn't stack up, but it's still really cool to have on Gadget because it's so easy to hit with a lot of her abilities and just giving a little bit of burn as they're trying to run away. So let's put Eldritch Flame in this last one. That is a purple item. There we go. And Eldritch. Is that how you spell Eldritch? Yep. Alright, cool. There's our mid lane build. There's our mid lane gadget. There's our mid lane gadget. Let's go to off lane now. I'm saving jungle for last because that's the one I'm really just like, I don't fucking want to, I don't know what to build. Like, I was experimenting with it earlier. I think I might do something like that, but we'll see. So off lane or solo lane, whatever the fuck you want to call it. And even though he's boring as fuck, we're going to pick up Greystone. Actually, I like to use Richter in the off lane, but I've already got him in the support role, so I might as well learn somebody else in the off lane in case somebody wants to go support Rick. Some Greystone. Let's pull in a picture of a Greystone. Oh fuck! I didn't save this. I didn't save the export as PNG. Whew, I'm glad I caught that. Gadget, mid lane. I suppose I could probably use that off lane as well. And, okay, so now let's delete out our gadget. So I like to build, so Greystone, I had some ideas as I was looking through some of these items. I'm going to building pretty basic with a couple little quirks. Greystone's a really boring hero, I think, but I think with the right kind of items, he's fun. Like, the items are what makes Greystone fun to play. So, I'm going to try and use some fun items. But first, let's go with our aspects. Now, we're going to go with the Titan, I believe, which is the when you don't take damage, you just get a shield, and you get your max health is physical and energy power. Rook is nice with the CC reduction. Beast Hunter is more for jungling. So we're going to go with Titan from the green aspect. And then I think we're going to take, was it Hunter from the red? Hunter, last hits on enemy minions. Yeah. I like using Hunter in the off lane just for the extra sustain, because you get that extra health from last hitting minions. So we're going to go Titan Hunter. Hunter. And let's grab the green. Come here, green. There we go. Perfect. And red. Oh shit, I didn't put it where it was supposed to go. I was so impressed by how quickly I did it with the green that I fucked up the red. There we go. We got Titan and Hunter. Now the ward, we're still going to use a stealth ward because we want wards more in the off lane than the Radiant Pulse, unless we're up against a Kalaria, of course. But yeah, you really need to keep tabs on that enemy jungler when you're in the off lane all by yourself. So what we're going to pick up first, again, probably would be boots, but we're going to build this as an in-game build. And I like to go with something aggressive first in the off lane. And we are going to go probably with the Gravedigger's crossbow because it is so good. It is so very, very good. So again, if you think that's a mistake, let me know. Let me know. So let's go back to red. Grab our Gravediggers. Slap it on in here. Or slap it back in. That goes over. Let's go with Grave. And I don't think I'll want a blink with him because he does have the Assault the Gates. Let's go with another damaging item, but let's go with the green one. You know what? Actually, let's go with the Cloak of... Let's do this. Let's do this. Let's go with the Cloak of Fortune that we were talking about earlier. Let's look that back up over in the items. The Cloak of Fortune. It's going to give me some more, you know, just straight up attack speed, but it's going to kind of let me die 3 times. So take damage that will put you into critical condition. You get that big shield. You get a bunch of lifesteal, and then you can just die, come back. So you could die, but get saved by the shield and lifesteal up, die again, come back, and then die a 3rd time if you wished. So I like this. I like going with this as the second item pickup here. So with the Cloak of Fortune. Oh. Cloak. Good to go. Now, next 2 items, I'm just going to build armor. And the last 2 items is where I'm going to get funky with it. That's where I'm going to get funky with it. So, for armor, we're going to go into the green armors. Because they'd be the best. And we are going to pick up the Baleful armor this time. For the health, the 45 physical armor, and then mainly because we want to stay on top of people with Greystone, might as well be damaging them a little bit more with that radiating, pulsing damage that Baleful armor does. So, let's go to green. Baleful armor. Check. Baleful. And I know everything's running into each other, but after we replace this Warlock's Aegis, we'll be good. So I do want to go with U-Mantle for my energy armor option. Because like I said, I want to stay on top of people, and that means dodging some CC and removing some CC. So boom, there we go. That'll allow us to completely negate CC. And since we didn't take unyielding, all right, there we go. And since we didn't take Rook, we took Titan instead of Rook. This will help us out a little bit more. Now we're going to get a little crazy with it. One thing I was thinking of doing with Greystone. Let me know if you think this is a good idea. Radiant Poise on Greystone. What Radiant Poise does? It's 40 energy power, 25 physical armor, 25 energy armor. So it's just more armor, which is cool. And then it's group stasis. Anybody around you in a 650 unit radius enters stasis for 2.5 seconds, and that's on a 150 second cooldown. My idea is you assault the gates, leap into the enemy team right on top of their carry or like their mid laner, somebody that's kind of vulnerable, and you put yourself and them into stasis. Your team catches up and blows them up. Now I know what you're thinking, but won't the enemy team just blow you up? Well, you're fucking Greystone. Who cares if you get blown up? You come back to life. So I think that would be a fun thing to do, is put Radiant Poise on Greystone. Probably would need to coordinate with the team, at least let them know that's what I'm doing. Me personally, I will probably end up catching my own team out with this and fucking it all up. But I think it's a cool idea, and I want to try it. So we're going to put Radiant Poise in right now. Let's see, white. Radiant Poise. There we go. And I'm just gonna put Radiant, so we just need to make sure we don't try and put a Rad Pulse right there. I think I can handle it. I think my brain can handle that one. Now our last item, I'm gonna go a bit out of the blue again, and literally out of the blue. I want to go with that Matter Limiter, because every time Greystone's whooshy whooshies hit somebody, it would be slowing them. So this would just allow you to keep on top of them, dealing the extra damage with the Gravediggers, and dealing the extra damage with the Baleful, and keeping them slowed for your team to catch up with them. And I think Matter Limiter would be a good item on Greystone. Let me know if you think this is a dumb idea, because it probably is. Matter Limiter, boom, there we go. Now we have our off-lane Greystone build. What's left? Jungle. Ooh, my worst my worst one, so I'm gonna take a little break, come right back. And oh yeah, I almost forgot to save this one. Export, quick export as PNG. Greystone off lane. Alright. Now last and definitely least for me is jungle. And I'm going to go, the jungler I want to learn how to play is Grux. We'll put Grux over here. Drop him on down. Over to Greystone. Let's make this a little bigger. Let's hit Control T. That should be good. There, now it's pretty. Now we can see Grux's pretty face and codpiece. So what I was thinking with jungle, I usually try and build kind of a bruisery jungle as if I'm actually good at jungling. I'm just going to say fuck it this time. I was looking at it earlier. I'm just going to say fuck it, and I'm just going to go all damage and just have fun next time I jungle. Like, I don't even give a shit. So let's look at the aspects that we want for jungle. We definitely, I want that Beast Hunter. As I want to keep Hunter from the red aspects, but I also want let's look at these purple aspects. I never even thought about this. Pass through minions, that's kind of good. Not attacking for 20 seconds, grants 100% crit chance for one shot. Does not have to land, so if it's swing and a miss. Opportunist, destroying enemy vision reduces your active trinket cooldown by 15%. It grants true vision around the killer. Okay, so that's cool. Deal 5% additional damage to isolated heroes. Remember, it has none of their allied heroes within 2,000 units. Aggressor, gain 10% movement speed going through fog walls, decaying from full value to 25% of value over 3 seconds. While in enemy territory, gain 5 to 30 physical power based on level. So that's for invades, which I hate invading. Man, there's some good ones in purple. I never even thought about taking purple. I was just going to take Beastmaster from green and Hunter from red, but I think I might. I like Rogue because I always get caught on minions and it pisses me off. If I could just walk right through them, that would be cool. This would be. Let's take Rogue. Let's fuck it. Let's take Rogue. Let's take Rogue and Beast Hunter. You take 15% reduced damage from neutral minion attacks. Neutral minion kills permanently increase physical power by 0.25 and health by 2, stacking up to 120 times. So Beast Hunter and Rogue. Maybe Opportunist. Maybe Aggressor. Effect 2 doesn't really appeal to me. To come flying out of fog walls, that really appeals to me. Let's go with Aggressor. Let's go with Beast Hunter and Aggressor. That's what we're going to do. So I don't need the name. So Beast and Aggressor. Did I spell that right at all? Two S's. Bring our purple over here. Shrink it down. Shrink it on down now. Shrink it down a little. And there we go. Underneath this one, delete it. And let's add our S. Whoa, whoops. I didn't mean to do that. Aggressor. Boom, there we go. Now for our ward, we don't want the stealth. We want the Radiant Pulse so that we can de-ward and then get all up ons. So wards. I mean, wards are important for junglers, but you want the Radiant Pulse. You want to be able to destroy the enemy wards. I mean, even if they see you just in their jungle destroying their wards, it's going to make them back off a little bit. You're just scaring them a little. And then you can come back later, and they won't have a ward, and you can gank them. Radiant. Boom, there we go. Now, first item, I think, why not just stick with the grave? I think, well, our first item, we should probably pick that smite item. One of the smite items. Do those carry forward? Like, could I use one of those in game to just keep taking, like, Orb Prime and stuff? Let's look at what they got on them. Let's see, Reign of Fervor, that's one of the jungle items. So, 40 physical power, 125 health. Basic attack deal 20 against jungle camps, blah blah blah. You got a smite, deal true damage to minions, jungle camps and shrines, and heal, blah blah blah. I don't know. Mighty Gale. I don't know if I would keep that late game. I don't know. What do you guys do? What do you guys do in your jungle? Do you keep your smite item until late game? I'm going to make this build as if I'm not going to keep the smite item. That's what I'm going to do. What's the other? I wanted something out of... Was it Enlightened Saber? It's the one that gives you... Or Phantom Blade. Yeah, I definitely want this Phantom Blade. For the movement speed while I'm just running through the jungle. Do I want that as the second item, though? Screw it, why not? Yeah, let's stick the Phantom Blade in there. Phantom. Items. Purpley, nurpley. Hit that check mark. Squeeze this one down. Stick it over here. Squeeze it over here. Put that in the right place? No, that's under Baleful. Need it under item 2. I had it in the right place the whole time. Alright, so we got our Phantom Blade, we got our Gravedigger, we got our Phantom Blade. We're just gonna pour it on. Let's get the D Blade up in this piece from earlier. Put a D Blade up in here. Devour. Boom. Let's get that fire cannon to increase our crits, so we can smack people about. Increase our crit damage. And I'm gonna want the Jar of Hearts. I'm just kind of winging it on this jungle build, as you could probably tell. Gosh darn it. Jar of Hearts. There we go. Oh, oops, I put it in the wrong place. Oh, there we go. What do we want for our last ting? I don't think we need a blink. Does the purple stuff do anything cool again? We don't have much lifesteal. Do we need pin? We probably need pin. Let's go with the Titan Slayer. We use that Titan Slayer. For some penetration. That was in red. Even though we'll probably be higher. Well, with this build, we're not going to be higher health than a lot of people. Oh yeah, let me see. Great clipping mask. Oh shit. I did that wrong. Great clipping mask. Boom, there we go. And that's going to be our jungle build. That's just it. I know that's terrible. Tell me how to build. Tell me how to build jungle, please. I'm going to save it anyway, and I am going to try it because it does seem like it would be fun. Let's see. Export PNG. Brooks Jungle. And there we are. And that's it, folks. Those are going to be my quick reference guides. I'll be totally lost if I have to go in the jungle, but I'm kind of looking forward to trying that Greystone one out with Radiant Poise. I think that would be a lot of fun if I can coordinate with some other people. Hopefully I don't have to play carry anytime soon, but if I do, as long as you can last hit, and as long as you can poke at people without getting in too much trouble, you're usually fine on carry. Support, I'm fine with. The mid lane build, I like my mid lane build, but there's probably some ordering wrong there. If you guys can let me know what I did wrong with the ordering. And then jungle, what can I say? But anyways, that is going to be it for today, folks. You guys have a good one. Mangoose! Shout out to channel members Foolish Blood Hunter, Jelly Knees, and Meow Mix for Men.